Hello.
Hi. My name is Chioma Lois, and this is...
My name is Myla.
Cool. So this is like, welcome to Not For Free.
Yes.
I need to say that. Welcome to Not For Free. This is episode 1, season 1, clip 1, numero uno. We said that at the same time. Hey. Number 1, Ofu. She doesn't know what 1 is in Yoruba.
Don't piss me off.
Literally drag her for that.
Don't.
But yeah, so this is number 1. What is this? Like, this is our topic today, or for this one is...
Yes, so we're going to be talking about self-esteem or the lack thereof. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump right in.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of my life, I feel like you know how like everyone has those things that they know for sure that they need to work on? Like they have a list that they know. So one of those things for me was definitely low self-esteem. And I didn't know what it was. Like whenever I was younger, I didn't really identify it until I got into like late high school and then early college. That's when I started realizing like, oh, like I don't really think of myself as highly as I do. And I talk very, negatively to myself. So when I got to college, I realized that my low self-esteem made it very hard for me to form genuine relationships with people because I was so concerned about what people thought about me. And I always wanted to be a good person in everyone's eyes. So it made me like a people pleaser. That's what I would have described myself as. Like I was always trying to please people at all times. But the thing is, you can't please everybody. And the only person that you really should be worried about pleasing is God. And to do that is to just believe what he says about you. But I wasn't doing that. I was just believing that, okay, if this person says I'm good, then I must be good. And if this person says I'm bad, that's when my whole life got rocked. Like as soon as somebody had something bad to say about me, like naturally every person yes, I did not take criticism well. Like naturally bad comments always stay with people, but for me, it was strong. It was strong. It was so strong, and it really just rocked my world. And you would think that being a people pleaser, if something bad is said about you, you would want to like fix yourself, but it almost like took the opposite turn. Like I was like, well, if I'm already bad, then like let me just be bad all the way. Like it's just I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but that's genuinely how I felt. Low self-esteem affected me. So yeah, I just couldn't make genuine relationships with people. Like I always feared that people looked at me a certain way. Like I would always criticize every little thing I did, even in freaking high school. Like if I did like an awkward thing, or if I did like an embarrassing thing, that stuck with me. That would stick with me like forever. And my anxiety, I feel like because of my low self-esteem, like also anxiety was a big deal. Like no, it did not give me peace. I did not have peace. That's what it was. I did not have peace. Could not make genuine friendships. I mean, and I did manage to make a few, but it took a while, and we went through some curves.
That's crazy you say that, because I'm literally thinking of you, like back when you were in high school. You literally you took stuff for real.
I took stuff. Anyone who knows me, I take things to heart. I take things to heart. Like
about it. Yeah.
Everything emotional. Everything. Like if somebody says one thing about me, that's what it is. That's who I am.
Yeah, and I would take everything on it for like weeks,
months. As a matter of fact, I still remember things till like.
That's crazy. I'm literally thinking back, and that's how it was. But yeah, like, no, I get it. This is saying self-esteem is so critical in everything.
Everything.
Like, and literally, if you think
not
of all
just
the mistakes,
in everything.
That's what I'm saying. If you think of all the mistakes you've ever like made, 97% of them is you find the root in like low self-esteem or like lack of self-value or self-worth or whatever. For me, like, let me tell you all my low story. Now it's gonna be very funny because I think this is the first time I'm actually like talking about it since like it happened in high school. It's like over a decade ago.
Let me hear it.
Jesu. Okay, so yeesh. Okay, so there's a boy that I liked. My back. Ra-ta-ta.
No.
Oh, okay, so I like this boy. And we were talking.
Can you please define talking?
I'm so cringy.
Please
Okay.
define talking please define talking.
We were talking, like, we knew we liked each other, we would say on the phone. This back, of course, before, like, texting. This is when texting was a thing, but it wasn't free. Like, you paid for it. Like, texting, you know, now we have unlimited text and talk and everything. No, then you, like, texting was, like, it cost, if you're on the phone, like, your minutes counted. You have to wait till after 7 p.m. Y'all remember that? After 7 p.m. to talk on the phone. Internet, if your internet browser opened by mistake on your phone.
Oh, you were fried.
Your parents would know. They would know, and it would get on the bill. They would know who did it, what time you did it. Oh. But yeah, this was during that time. So we would talk on the phone. You know, we liked each other. We would flirt back and forth. What made it worse was that it was long distance. He lived in New Orleans, and he knows who it is. I'm hoping that he watches this so we can remember the rubbish we did. But he lived in New Orleans. And of course, I was here in Houston, in Katy, and I liked this boy who started talking to. Was cool. Now, my friend, she was friends with him too. Like, we all became cool. She met him through me. Like, we all like became cool or whatever. And she started liking him too. And they started talking. No, I will open your eyes. So they started. I'm so cringy. Okay, so they started.
Okay,
so they started talking as well, right? The craziest part is I knew about it, and so me and her decided that we were gonna share him, and we were gonna date him together. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. We would like share him. Like, I could be talking to him on the phone, and she calls him, and he's just like, "Hey, babe, let me call you back. You know, let me not say the girl's name. She's on the phone." And so she would, you know, click over, he would click over, talk to her. And if I was like, man, I want to be part of it too, we would like all three be on the phone and be in a relationship together.
What year was, like, how? Let's say this again.
The craziest part is I was like a teenager. Like, I was good, like 16. Like a solid 16, 17, like solid. No, I was like 17, 16, 17. No, like, this is actually the first time I'm actually talking about this. And I know Rachel, my sister, is going to see this. And she's going to remember all of this. We were, and we knew what was going on, and we were all dating him together, and we all had this relationship together. But yeah, and this is really, I'm saying this because I'm remembering it now, like when I was literally trying to sit and think of like ways low self-esteem has like really made me do nonsense. I did rubbish, nonsense, foolishness, dumb. I was dumb. No, what was that? And it's honestly like thinking back, like I just didn't want. I felt like, okay, so I think, okay, well, the way I was feeling is when they started talking.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ooh,
it's okay.
When they started talking, like she's like, I felt like she was prettier than me, you know, in the conventional sense, and the way society makes you feel like you're not pretty enough, as far as, oh, she's slimmer than you, her skin is lighter than yours, you know, and so I considered her a friend, but then when they started talking, I felt this extreme threat. Like, I think it was something I thought in my subconscious already, but then I felt this extreme threat on myself. Like, oh, like you already felt like you were big and your skin was like darker, but now like even he knows it too.
Yeah.
Now even he's choosing that too. You felt like he chose you, but then when he met her, he realized that she was the better option, so he chose her as well. And so as to not lose him completely, so you felt like you still had something. I felt like I still had something if I was okay with it. If I told him it was okay, like I didn't mind if he talked to her as well. I didn't mind if they dated as well, just so I could also have something, you know. And that is sick. And we continued for a while. I think it took like, it wasn't up to a year. It didn't go up to a year. I remember that much. But I eventually was just like, I can't do it. And I told him straight up, like, I can't do this anymore. It's not fair to me. So if you want to be with me, be with me. If you want to be with her, be with her. And so he chose, and he was like, well, I want to be with you or whatever. But then he ended up cheating, which is crazy. Life is a full circle.
Life is a full circle.
That is so disgusting. He ends up cheating with a light-skinned girl, which further like really drove this like light-skinned, like skinny, little petite girl, and it really just like drove that that thought in further, like, oh, you're really not cute, you're really not as beautiful.
So do you think that was necessarily that? Do you genuinely feel like he liked them better because they were light skinned, or do you feel like that was like part of the low self-esteem? Like,
I don't know. I can't really speculate on what somebody else like is attracted to. It was part. I would say it was part of the low self-esteem because that's something I already felt about myself, and so the fact that I already felt like I was too big, I felt like my skin wasn't as light or as like light as I would have as I would have wanted, especially growing up, coming up in the society, like the area I was in, like I was in Katy, like Katy proper.
Katy, Texas, baby.
Proper, Katy proper.
Katy.
Where is there are a lot of white people, and there's a lot of discrimination, and nobody wants to say it, but a lot of discrimination, and that feeling of like, as a black person in that school, a black person in that school, there were only two things you could be: an athlete or an extreme thug. Like there was no middle ground. Like you play sports, or like for guys, you play sports, or you're just known as like a hoodlum or whatever. As a girl, you play sports, or you're known as like a loose girl. And so you just by weight had to be. And so I think like I already felt this pressure of like, I'm not good enough. I need to be light. My skin needs to be lighter. I wanted to get a perm. The way I forced my mother into giving us a perm, because I just wanted to fit into this. My hair fell out badly. But no, like that whole thing, I already felt like that. And I think once he chose her, it was just like, I thought I was tripping before. Exactly, I thought I was tripping before. Yeah. Oh, but you're serious. Like, you're actually right, Lois. You're right, because he, lighter skin is prettier because you were here and he chose her. Skinnier is better because he chose her. And that thing really just And I think thinking back to after he cheated, like then I got into another relationship and I was cheating, and I was just like, if I entered this whole other spiral of do whatever, cause you know what I mean, like do whatever. So do whatever you have to do to make yourself feel like enough, feel beautiful. If it's to talk to multiple guys just to feel like you're wanted, was literally like the way my life went. That's the direction it just went into. Lean. But yeah, that was so. And I think that's what I'm saying. The reason we chose to do this topic first is because we know it's foundational, or it's the root of like
a lot of
most of our problems, if not all of them. Not just us, but I feel like the rest of us, if we're honest with ourselves, we can really find the root of our nonsense in low self-esteem or lack of self-worth or value. So yeah, any questions you have, go ahead and comment them underneath here. Send us a text or an email. I'm gonna put like all the stuff like right here. Oh, I want to do it like here. I don't know how people do stuff like this.
I don't know, honestly.
And then they'll put the information up there as we go along. Down below. To the side. Yeah. I'm gonna put the information somewhere. It's either at the bottom, to the side, in the air right here. We'll put the info. Like, send us an email. It'll be really cool. Send an email, and then we can answer whatever questions you have, or just like confessionals. That'd be so good. Just be honest. Tell us if you're afraid to like put your name or face out there. That's fine. Put it out there, and then we can find some way to like loop you into the conversation, if that's cool with you. But until next time, this has been Not For Free. My name is Chioma Lois, and this is
Maya.
Bye.
That's your body.
That's your
A fine girl.
That's it.
You're so beautiful.
Don't
You're
get
so
it
nice.
twisted.
Yeah.
When I think of stuff, when people say "don't get it twisted," I think of "don't get
Jazzy
it
again.
I literally think of "don't get it twisted." Love is a beautiful thing. It's Don Jazzy again.